Hey y'all, know it's been a while since, at least it feels like it's been a while since I recorded. I don't know when the last day I recorded, but it feels like it's been a while. But I'm about to get these little few dishes washed. I cooked dinner yesterday. I made, well, it was our Sunday dinner rolls. Um, I did some chicken, well, some baked chops and gravy, green beans, and I finally made my rice from not boiled in a bag. I made, the regular rice. I finally did that. It actually came out right, and I ain't never did it, so I was shocked. But yeah, I kind of been down for a little bit. I recently just got that shot, so yeah, I kind of been down a little bit. But I'm feeling much better. I still been cleaning up, every day. Washing dishes, washing clothes. I washed clothes yesterday. Well, really Saturday. Yeah, I washed clothes Saturday. Yesterday was Sunday. Today Monday, y'all. But I've been doing laundry, been doing dishes, been straightening up. Still been spraying for the bugs because it seems like they're getting worse and worse. So they moving from one room to the next. It's crazy. I just went to the store today and I got 10 cases of water. And I forgot to go by Walmart and get the bug foggers, but I can't put them out anyway because I gotta throw this cup away because this red stuff ain't coming out. Because just wait for all the water. Because I forgot what I was finna say, y'all. Oh, because the kids at home, and then I had to find something else to do during the day until everything's settled and everything. So I can't do that. Hold on, let me see. Is this these job people calling me back? I don't know who that was because they didn't say nothing when I picked the phone up. So I don't know. But yeah, I gotta put the bug stuff out, the little fogger things, and I can't I don't I had to find some work for like at least 45 minutes to an hour for us to go until that settle down and not be so strong in the house. We could have went to the park down the street, but it's cloudy and it's supposed to be raining all this week, so I don't know how that's gonna work. And then the dog gotta be outside too, so I gotta wait. But I want to try to get these foggers put out as soon as possible, because the quicker it'll probably slow down the bugs and stuff. But like I said, it seems like ever since I sprayed the stuff and put the stuff down, they getting worse and worse. So I don't know. I don't even know what else to do. And I remember I think I told John that I called the people they call Mr. Bug, and they was gonna talk about it'll be hard to get rid of them because I got a lot of water sitting up under my house, and that's what's caused them to stay around. So undoubtedly they got a nest up under the house where all the because it's real damp under there. So I guess I'm gonna figure it out. And then they want me to sign be on a payment thing, like a recurring thing for them to keep coming out. And like I told them, I ain't got no money. I just want to try to do it every time I come up with the money to pay y'all for y'all to come spray. But they said they don't do that. I'm thinking like that's not on business because everybody not gonna have money. We gotta come out monthly or when y'all supposed to come out to come spray for the bugs. Like you should just come to people's house spray for the bugs and they pay you. I mean, simple as that, but they don't do it. So I don't know. I guess I'll just do it myself. Keep doing it myself until I try to get it under control. I sprayed the house yesterday, the dining room. Oh, let me get this first. I sprayed the dining room because they was in there coming out the wall. Like my wall planks, you can't see the little brown things that be on my wall, the little planks. Some of them came up, and when I moved the table, I seen them like coming out of there. So I sprayed in between the planks and the baseboard. And I mean, every couple seconds they was coming out. So me and the kids just stood there. We was smushing them and all that type of stuff until we didn't see no more coming out. And then I sprayed a whole nother couple minutes again around the area. But it just seemed like they running from area to area. Like wherever I spray and put down stuff, they'll leave from there for a while and then they'll go to another area. They ain't in my living room, they ain't in my bathroom or in my bedroom or the bedrooms. But just like where food is more likely to be at, like the kitchen and the dining room, they also trying to make it into where Gypsy K's at, because you know she got dog food. So I just realized I have to put that dog food up during the night when she, you know, settle in here and they're not worrying about eating and stuff and just leave her water out. But I think I'm gonna put her dog food back up in the dog food thing, the canister, at nighttime. And they get them something that they keep them from, you know, being out around it or trying to eat it and stuff. So yeah, I do that. I just let these bottles soak. Like for 2 days. I should have filled none of this rice thing is all sticky. I mean hard to do. So I gotta let that soak now. And I want to go ahead and get that chicken pan washed out because it's I let that soak all night. But now that rice thing gotta soak because the rice got crunchy and it's hard to get out of there. So I guess I go ahead and rinse these. And then I have to vacuum, but I'm not gonna record all that. I wanted to, but I'm not. Cause if I'm like vacuuming, you already know when you record, you can't hear. I can't hear my phone ringing if it rings. I have to just so happen to be looking at the camera to know that somebody calling me. So I'm not trying to miss this phone call that I'm supposed to be getting sometime today, if they even call. Also, I got some discounted meat from my grocery store the other day. It was like $1.76. And then I got some yogurt. I don't know if it was Activia or something like that. I don't know. I never tasted it before, but it's supposed to be vanilla. And that was $1. And I got 2 packs of those. I was intending to pick up some more Reese's peanut butter cookies for the kids. And I was at the grocery store today, but I didn't. I forgot. I just went in there and got my water and came back out and came home. So I forgot all about it. Okay, I'm gonna dry these dishes, but yeah, I really ain't been doing much. Just been same old, trying to keep myself busy. Also, I picked a lot of banana peppers out the garden the other day. Couldn't record because I was hitting them mosquitoes. They was so bad. And this was like early part of the day too. And that's how bad they was. But it did just have finished raining too. go pick some lettuce. I got one more thing of lettuce. Some lettuce coming back up, but I need to go pick some lettuce. And what else I need to do? I'm probably gonna take my tomatoes off the vine because they are super big, and it got the tomato plant itself is real tall. I'll probably show y'all in a minute when I get through drying these dishes off. I'll walk out there right quick. But the tomatoes itself are real big, and not red yet. They still green. And the ones that I brought in for them to turn red, they've been green for like, I know I picked them things about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and they still super green. I'm about to say, what is that noise? That juice in there scratching. But they still super green, so maybe I picked them too early, because they still hard. They still, you know, real green. They ain't even started turning no color yet. So, I'm trying to make sure I pick these other greens at the right time so it won't take that long for them to turn red. And my mama making it seem like my stuff doing better than her stuff. Well, her boyfriend, and she called him slow. I don't know. Went out there, he supposed to be picking weeds. He was picking the food and throwing it out. You know, like the beans and the onions, snatching all that, though, thinking it's weeds and grass. So, you know, she lost a lot of crops because of that. Because he was doing that. So she got to replant and all that type of stuff. I don't think I'll be able to get down there to help her plant because the kids out for summer school, and I had to be back for 12 o'clock for Gabby to get out of school. And then also Bella and Leah be up all night until morning and want to sleep all during the day. So, and I don't blame them. They out of school. It's the summertime, so that's what we all did there as kids. So, you know, I ain't like that's just a bad thing, but still, I don't really. Well, I know if I tell them to get up, they're gonna get up, but I don't just try to make them get up and for us to go nowhere because I know they're gonna be tired. So I don't, you know, try to force nothing. Yeah, I don't try to force anything. So I just let them sleep, and then when I get tired of them sleeping, and I feel like it's time for them to get up, I'll wake them up around 11. I let them sleep until about sometimes 9 or 10. But most time I wake them up at 11. I gotta clean that drawer out that cabinet out because I ain't got no room for none of the pots. They're supposed to go up in there. Okay, I gotta clean this stove. It got seasoning all on it from me cooking the other day. Y'all can't see nothing though. I'm gonna clean it with some bleach. Oh, I still gotta clean this pot out. I'm gonna put it in the sink. We've been eating pasta these mainly all weekend until yesterday when I decided to cook. Because I made enough pasta to last us for 2 or 3 days, and I've been making garlic bread with it and stuff. I just ate the rest of it this morning for breakfast because I was gonna make some oatmeal, and I said, no, I don't want no oatmeal or no grits. So I'm just gonna eat the rest of this pasta because I don't want it to go bad, and I don't want to have to throw it away and be wasting over it. So I just ate that. And I got a little bit more left. I might eat that a little later, and then that'll be all of it. And I ain't gotta cook today because we still got chicken. I mean, not chicken, but the breakfast chops and gravy and rice left over. And oh, and some mashed potatoes. I forgot. I don't know if I told you I made mashed potatoes, but I made mashed potatoes. So we got those left over. And I'm gonna have to make some more vegetables when I warm the food up later for us to eat for dinner later. I think I'm gonna do corn this time. We really don't eat nothing but corn and vegetables. I mean corn and green beans. So I think I'm gonna start buying sliced carrots as well though. Cause I like those. They taste good to me. And Gabby says she like baby carrots, but you know it's the same thing as sliced carrots when you slice them up. But I don't think I ever made them eat them, you know, with dinner type of stuff. Cause I think I made some before and they said they was nasty. They didn't like them, so I don't think I'm gonna do that, for dinner for them to eat. Cause I know they're gonna waste over it. I just make a little small pot for myself and make them like some green beans or something. Let me run on outside. I done got the kitchen cleaned. Let me let the tripod thing up. And I'm gonna show y'all the little garden, how it's looking. Before it started raining. Let me pull this door up, it's just coming. See it stomping already. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around. You can see the lettuce. It's pretty tall. I'll walk up to it. So I'm gonna pick those, make me a little salad. Some I'm trying to come back. The carrots just ain't gonna do nothing. It seemed like my plum trees they looking a little better. They was turning green. I mean, not green, yellow. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, spray some more stuff on it. This is getting a little bigger. The orange tree ain't doing nothing. It's just growing. So I don't think I'm getting no oranges this year like I thought I was. Okay. It's too late for my trellis, I think, because the cucumbers is just all tangled up in one big bunch together. They all tangled up. I'm gonna get these watermelons up right here and put them in some of them Dollar Tree buckets like the other ones, because those over there doing better. And I've been planting these a long time ago. They still the same size. So my strawberries, they got blooms on it. My blackberries getting taller. These bell peppers finally coming up. Finally, I need to take these bottoms off. I didn't have to pick them bottoms. See how far the cucumbers are all the way over here, tangled up in the blackberry bush, wrapped around there. The potatoes, they doing good. They done finally leaned over. They inside the beans. The corn, look at all the mushrooms over there with the corn. It wasn't even like that yesterday when I came out here. And now it's full of mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, y'all. They just look poisonous. But you see, the cucumbers got blooms on them. A lot of blooms. Like I said, the beans is inside the potatoes is inside the beans. Here go how the watermelons looking. They blooming all over the place. The beans got some flowers on them, as you can see right there. I'm gonna get close to let y'all see. These are some of the tomatoes. There's one little pepper left, because I had to leave that one on there because it's not done. It's wrapped around, but it's not done. There's some more peppers coming since I done took those up. Here go, let me let you see. This how tall the tomato bush is. That's tall. It's almost taller than me. Is that my breast? See how big them tomatoes is? And now you see how they got the thing linked all the way over. And I got two of them holding this up, and it's just leaning. So I'm guessing it's probably time for me to take the tomatoes off. I don't know. But we getting so much rain this week. I don't want the rain to, blow the tomatoes, bust them. I got a bell pepper right there. But these the pots I'm gonna use for my watermelons. Look at all these blooms on these beans. And it's crazy, I gotta come do my yard, but I can't weedy or mow through here because, the plant's right there. So I don't know what to put there to keep it from getting all weeded up. I should have put some of that black paper down. The mulch looking, the weed barrier paper, I should have put some of that down to keep them from the grass from growing all up right there. Ooh, something bite my foot. Okay, that's how those beans looking. They're trying to come up. Who is this outside my house? I hear him. So let me go see who this is out here. Let me turn this around. It could be across the street too. Hey, Moon Pie. I hate walking over here. Stink. Oh yeah, that's across the street. Ain't nobody outside my house. Oh, let me show you how this water looks in my house. Look at all that stinking, mildewed, molded water. It's all the way back there. I don't even know if y'all can see that, but it stinks so bad. And they said that's why the roaches and all of it, everything else staying out here. I mean, coming inside. So, like I said, I gotta get that figured out. But that is how the garden is looking so far. I'm disappointed in my carrots. They started coming up when I started growing them. When I first started. But I should have put them in a garden bed instead of in little pots and them grow bags. I should have put them, you know, in something like that. And they probably would have did better. I don't know. But I think they would have did better. I'm gonna let that stuff soak. Okay. Turn this off. Yeah, I think they would have did a little better, but I took my medicine and all my vitamins this morning. Pills right here, some of them. And I got some in the room. This is all my water. And they go all the way down to the floor. So this should last us a while. I think that's about 30, I'm thinking. Because it was already 20 something. So it should be 30 something now. Let me make sure Gavin let this window up in case it start raining. No, it's hard. Okay. I still got a vacuum because Gypsy got big clumps of, let me show you, I got the big clump of dog hair. All this hair in this carpet. Look at all that, the big clump of hair. And you can see all the hair in the carpet. I got to vacuum all of that. It just don't make no sense. I'm like, she ain't even that doggone hairy and losing hair like that. I don't know what she ran off to because I don't see her. Let me go see. Make sure she ain't in the room chewing nothing up. She's probably in the room with the kids. Yep, get out there, Gypsy. Come on. Come on. She was up in there getting some of that air. I ain't gonna let you out right now. You got to wait. Okay. But I ain't really been up too much. I just been staying to myself. I was stressed out yesterday because Bella and TJ went over their grandma's house Saturday evening. Turned out Bella was babysitting the whole time. They left her at the house by herself. His daughter, her sister had to go out of town to work at Pizza Hut because she was on her way to work when I was dropping them off. She was coming outside to go to work. So, you know, Bella would help her grandma watch the baby and TJ and stuff like that. But later that night, when her sister got off work, she decided to go out. Her grandma went out. I don't know if she went out there. She went next door. I don't know what Bella said, but next door for a little bit. Well, a long time. But she was just next door. Bella, I guess she said she didn't mind, you know, watching TJ and the baby and stuff at that time. But then her sister decided to go out, and this is her baby. She decided to go out and be gone all night. Now Bella and TJ at home. I was on video with her because she called me. She was like, "Mom, what you doing?" She videoed me. I thought I knew something was wrong. She videoed me. Then the girl was so sleepy. She was trying to get the baby sleep because the baby woke up crying, trying to get the baby sleep. The baby was asleep the first time, but she tried to get the baby sleep. TJ cranky. And, you know, she just 9. I mean, if y'all, they was already blowing my phone up. I didn't even pick the phone up. I seen his mama call. At first, I didn't know who had called because I didn't have his daughter, her sister number programmed in my phone because I don't even deal with her. And then right after, their grandma called me, but I was already on the phone. I didn't pick the phone up. So I guess she texted Bella and said, y'all can come over for the weekend. I knew it was something because they kept blowing my phone up back to back, back to back. I want to pick the phone up. What is that on my head? I don't know. I want to pick the phone up, so I knew it was something. They really just wanted her over there to babysit so they can go out. But the thing about it, that grandma never did that. All the time I've been knowing, she never left Bella or TJ by themselves with no baby. And that's the thing is, I still don't think she did to this day. She waited till her Bella's sister made it home from work, and then she decided to go out because she old enough to watch the kids and then watch her own baby as well. Like, she's 16, but I still want to do it. But she's 16. She's supposed to be mature, but she's childish. But I don't think she left until she came home thinking she was going to stay home with her child and watch the kids and, just watch all the kids. But she up and left. And then she left her phone at the house with Bella. So anything go wrong, Bella, and then she going to tell Bella, oh, if you need me or you need help or something go wrong, go knock on the door, go knock on next door, go knock on their door next. Go knock next door on their door. I couldn't even get it out, child. And I'm like, what type of crap is that? This is your baby, your child. Who do that? And then you leave your phone so she can't contact nobody. Ain't nobody there. She can't reach out to nobody. Her phone ain't even turned on. She ain't got no minutes. So the only way she can reach out to people is through Wi-Fi, because Bella's phone was turned off. So I'm like, that is some stupid shit. I don't want to cuss, but that's some stupid shit. And then, like, when I went over to pick Bella and TJ up yesterday, it was like 1 o'clock when Bella texted me and said, they home. And I was like, that pissed me off so bad, because I really wanted to go get my babies and bring them home. I really did. Because that just pissed me off. And I would have got her baby brought it to my house too. But then after I would have called her and said, come get your baby, I would have cussed her ass out, because, you just too immature. But I went over there yesterday to go get Bella and TJ. I was texting her first. She texted me and said, Mama, can I video call you? I said, I'm on the phone. What you need video call me for? What's going on? I said, are y'all ready to come home? And first she said no, because she was like, well, my grandma outside. They were always outside. And she was like, my grandma outside, she playing a game. I said, what you mean a game? She said, a card game with her neighbors. I said, oh, okay, because everybody was outside. So that's cool. But I was like, so what you doing? She said, I'm watching TJ and the baby. I said, where her mama at? And she said, oh, she in the house packing. I said, what you mean packing? She said, I'll tell you all about it when I come home. And I'm like, is you ready to come home now? Because I know you've been up all night. You ain't gotta watch no baby. I know you already watching your brother, but you could have stayed home and I could have been watching my own child, and you could have been enjoying your summer instead of babysitting. And then first she was like, no, I'm just gonna wait till she get through packing. And I'm like, I'm just thinking in my head, packing. I know if she packing, she gotta be moving again. That's all I'm thinking. I said, oh, so she must be moving again. And Bella was like, well, I'll tell you about when I make it home. And then she texted back. I said, I don't know what I said, but then she texted back and said, never mind, you can come get us. Right after she texted me and told me she was gonna watch the kids. So I know she must have caught on to what I was saying, like, you ain't gotta babysit nobody that you don't want to watch. And nobody can't force you to do nothing. I know that's your niece, but nobody can't force you to do nothing because you still a kid your own self. So that's when she texted me and said, you can come get us. So I got off the phone with my mama, and I drove over there to go get them. And I left my car started because I seen everybody sitting outside playing the card game. And I walked up and I spoke to her grandma. And all I hear, Bella was like, Mom, I'm gonna put this up in the car. I said, okay. Then TJ didn't have no shoes on. His grandma was spraying his hair with some oil sheen. So their grandma was looking mad. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And she don't, she just tried to keep down drama, but she was cussing and stuff. She really don't even cuss. But that's how I know she was mad. She was cussing at Bella and TJ's sister, their daddy daughter, oldest daughter. She was like, I'm tired of this mother, just cussing. She's lazy, she disrespectful. She don't want to do nothing with her life. She don't want to take care of her own baby and stuff. She just want to run the streets behind these no good men. I'm going to say men, I ain't going to say the N word, but no good men. And I didn't want, I wasn't even getting the drum. I would just listen to her vent. Because, the girl was packing her stuff up for her friend to come get her and the baby. So I was waiting till she leave before I said what I had to say. But I really said what I want to say anyway. So she waited on me to say something. They grandma, so I just went on to see what I want to say. I said, you doing the right thing. She need to grow up and take care of her responsibility. She lay here and had this baby. This ain't your baby. This your grandchild. You do what you gotta do for your grandchild, but at the same time, don't make it easy for her, because next thing you know, she gonna keep laying up with these men. She gonna be pregnant again. Then I said, is she on birth control? And she was like, yeah, she on birth control. I said, the 3 month shot, or she said, no, she got the thing in the arm for 4 or 5 years. I said, oh, that's even better. Because when that 3 months come on, that's when she'll be pregnant again, because the shot have been wore off and she ain't gonna go back. So I said, that's even better. That shit. But you can still get pregnant with the thing in your arm. I know that for a fact. But I said, that's even better. At least, that's keeping her not from getting knocked up right away again after she just had a baby. And then, the girl walked at the door, picked up the baby in the car seat, and walked out towards the street. And her friend came to pick her up. So, I just sat down in the chair, and her grandma was just, talking. Not, man, my car still started now. The air conditioner running my gas out. I just feel the car off with gas, so I'm feeling some type of way. But I ain't want to get up and just go say, well, let me go turn my car off. So I just sat there for about 20, 30 minutes, and she was just being cussing and saying she called it they sorry daddy, and all he said was, I'm in work, I'm trying to work. And she said, what the fuck, I don't want to cuss y'all. She said, what the fuck, why do you always put your job before your kids? Like, money ain't everything. Your kids is what that you need to be here taking care of, and you worrying about work. Work ain't gonna solve everything. Like, you need to take your responsibility as a man. And I said, you already know your son's sorry. I said, that's my fault too, because I'm talking about he's sorry, but I lay here and had 2 kids about when I found out he was sorry with the first one. But we got married, and then I thought he changed and wanted to better himself, as he was telling me lies that he thought I wanted to hear. And we planted the baby, and then we got a son. So now we got 2 kids. But that's some of my fault too. I know he was sorry. And I laid there and had the baby by him. So now I can't even get mad, because I know he ain't gonna take care of responsibility like he's supposed to. I'm the one that got to woman up and take care of my responsibility, because these are my kids as well, even if he do it or not. And I was like, I told her, I said, oh, he ain't his feelings because he got them child support papers. So he ain't got much to say. He don't even want to be down here. But he came out here the other day, and me and my mom was sitting up in here talking. And then she was like, guess what? I said, I turned around. I said, oh my God. I said, I swear, I feel like I got a camera. He got a camera in my house, because as soon as we get to talking about him, that's when he pop up, like pulling up in the driveway. As soon as we say his name or start having a conversation about him, that's when he pull up. And she said, you probably need to check, because knowing him how he is, he probably got some up in here watching you, and you don't even know. I said, like, even if he do, I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. So whatever I'm saying about him, he gonna hear it regardless, because I'm gonna tell him in his face too. But back to his mama, she was going off, and she was talking about how nasty the girl is. I said, oh, I already know, because when she was living with me, she was nasty as hell. Like, we as women, we have peers and stuff, like, and then I know when I'm washing clothes, I'm washing all the kids' clothes, and his clothes, and I'm seeing, I know she going to school every day, so I know she wearing clothes, but I'm not seeing none of the clothes that she wore in dirty clothes, and she wasn't washing, because I didn't even let nobody touch the washing machine but me. So I'm washing everybody's clothes, and I'm like, why I don't see none of the shit that she wore to school up in the dirty clothes? I asked her, I said, you must wash clothes. I said, where your clothes? And she said, oh, I already washed them. I know she was lying, because I never let nobody use my washing machine, so I know she was lying. And if she wasn't going to her grandma's house, so I know she wasn't washing them over there. But when she finally moved out, when she got tired of had to go by my rules, and she moved back in with her grandma, moved with her grandma, that's when I seen all the dirty clothes, period clothes. The room always had a little stench, because, period blood stink, period. Anyway, so, dirty clothes, dirty everything. All the clothes that she been wearing and been re-wearing on the side of the bed, up under the bed, up under the mattress, in the pillowcase. I'm like, who the fuck do this type of shit? And I don't want to be cussing y'all, but this pissed me off, because I don't listen to her grandma, and like I told her grandma, yeah, she is nasty as hell. For a girl, a woman, she a woman now. She was a girl, but you a full grown woman now, because you got a baby. You ain't grown, but you a woman. Once you start having your period and everything, you basically you a young woman. So she for her to be a young woman, she was nasty, and she's still nasty. And her grandma was just with this, then I'm listening to her. I'm like, you ain't gotta tell me nothing I don't know, because when she lived in my house, she was getting on my damn nerves, but I dealt with her because, that's my responsibility as far as me being with your son. So that's by her being your grandchild, and I'm with your son, married to your son, or even not married, and this, or even if I wasn't married and still with him, that's my stepdaughter. I gotta step up and take care of my responsibility as being a step parent, because she living with me and I'm with her dad. Even though he wasn't doing that for my kids, but I'm just not the type of person. Whatever he didn't do or didn't, I had to pick up the slack and do it myself, even though that was still his child, and I didn't have no job or have money like that. I still bought pads, bought everything she need, clothes, bras, underwear, everything. Took her to get her hair done, all type of stuff. It just irritated me. But I told her, I said, I know you know your son, sorry. And she was like, I don't want to talk about him. I said, oh, it ain't talking about him. It's the truth. You just telling the truth. Your son is he a deadbeat. He is sorry. He come down here and make it seem like he come to see his kids, but when he came here the other day, he and walked through the door, he made it seem like he would come to see his kids. He didn't. He only popped up because my mom was over here, so he just want to be seen that he was over here. That's basically why he came, just to say he came and wanted to be seen by my mama. Just, I don't know, he just wanted to be seen, or make it seem like he come over here. He only came over here to pass by time because he was waiting to pick up some money. That's what he claimed. That's what he said. He said, I sure hope this man hurry up and text me back so I can go pick this money up so I can get back on the road and go home. He hollered at Bella for a couple seconds, get mad at her about her hair, talking about, you need to take them nappy braids out your head. I said, look, she out for the summer. She ain't gonna be no rush. I ain't like we go nowhere. She take me out when she ready to take me out. Well, I guess how I looking at her. I ain't like you finna get her hair done. So why is you worrying about her head anyway? So yeah, the braids weren't even nappy. Bella just got curly hair, so all her curly hair coming through. So it was time for the braids to come down. But the fact that you trying to holler at her and cuss at her for no reason, like we ain't finna do that. Nah, we ain't finna do it. So my mama just said, well, let me go. I got to pack these kids up and I got to get on the road. So she went on the left. And he stayed for a couple seconds. And then he was complaining about it being hot in here and I need to turn the air on. I said, you don't pay no bills in my house. Don't tell me what to do. When TJ come home, that's when I'm going to turn the air on. And, it was hot, but it wasn't real hot, but it was hot. So he said, well, I'm finna go. I said, okay, I ain't like I want you here anyway. But like I said, he just sorry. He just sorry. And then sometimes if he do send me money, it's only gonna be for TJ. It ain't gonna be nothing for Bella. And nothing for Bella. I had to go off and cuss him out super bad and make him realize he know. But I have to just really go off on him and be like, you need to stop feeling like you gotta do for one. Cause that's just your only son. But you got a whole daughter here. You need to stop acting like we only got one child. We got two kids. So when you do for one, you need to do for both. Not just him, because he ain't the only one you got. So I don't know. He just do what he want to do. And I just can't wait for these child support stuff. This child support stuff kicking in, and we have to start going to court so we can get this settled. So I can just get whatever I can get from him. I don't care if it's $10. It's something better. It's better than what he giving me now. So. And he tried to talk me into taking him off child support. So I'm like, I'm taking care of my kids and we can figure this out together. No, we had Bella and I, we had 9 years to figure it out. You ain't did nothing, so you ain't gonna do nothing now. You ain't gonna come to no agreement, because as soon as I be stupid and agree with you, you gonna do it the first 2 or 3 times. You ain't gonna do nothing more after that. But his mama was like, man, I said, you doing the right thing. I know that's your grandchild. And then that's your grandbaby. You did what you had to do. You can continue doing what you got to do. But that's what she expecting. She know that you gonna do it because that's your grandbaby. But you got to show her don't let the baby go without milk and diapers because they need this stuff. But just like she said, she grown and she got a man. If she grown and got a man, which is a grown man, if she grown and got a man, why her man can't help her take care of that baby or help her get to work or make sure she get to work and make sure the baby and her straight and all that? Why that man she laying down sleeping with, open her legs for, can't do for her? So she want to keep throwing in your face, oh, I got a man. I don't need you to help me do nothing. I got a man. But that man ain't doing nothing for you. So you need to, shut your mouth and respect your elders and realize your grandma was helping you because she had to take you in or your baby. She helping you out. She paying for you to get, paying for your gas and for you to get to working back, and helping you get diapers and formula and everything you need for your child. Your daddy ain't doing nothing, but your grandma. Your grandma ain't even got no job, but she making ends meet to make sure you get fed and y'all got a roof over y'all head. But you disrespecting her, telling her, "Oh, you be quiet. All I asked you is one thing. You ain't have to try to get loud and say all this extra stuff. Like, you just disrespectful." Like, I wanted to smack her my own self when I heard her disrespecting her grandma like that. I'm like, who do that? For somebody that's breaking their neck, make sure you and your, not only you but your child straight. You just disrespectful and ungrateful. You an ungrateful person. So like I told her grandma, let her figure it out. So she got in her feelings and she was calling the hotels and calling the train station to my I just can't do this. I can't live here anymore. I got to get from down here. You gonna go you gonna go somewhere else and you barely make it in here. You gonna be on the street with a baby. Who does this make sense when you got a roof over your head? All you gotta do is abide by the rules and do what you gotta do. And your grandma not asking you to do that. She ain't even asking you to go to work. All she asking you to do is keep that room clean that you sleeping in. And when she need a break from the baby, get your baby. How easy can it get? That's easy and simple. Oh, and put your baby on the bus. She wake up. The grandma wake up and get the baby. She give up half at night. Wake up and get a dress. All you gotta do is put the baby on the bus. Keep the room clean and get the baby when she need a break. But you complain about doing that. And then, like, when it's time to put the baby on the bus for school, she back in the bed laying down. So her grandma still got to get up and pick the baby up and put her on the bus. I'm like, man, yeah, she started. I said, I hate to call it, but I got to call it like it is. She going to be just like her daddy. And I said, maybe she going to prove me wrong. Maybe she just young and dumb. Because we all been young and dumb before and naive. But your responsibilities, you got to step up as a woman once you had to have a baby. All that fun and want to hang out and lay up, that's out the window, because then you got a whole nother mouth you got to take care of, a whole nother mouth to feed and have to look after and take care of. Like, all that hanging out and partying inside, you lost on privilege. You ain't really lose it, but you shouldn't even want to do it on privilege no more when you got a little one looking up to you that you got to care for. So like I told her grandma, I hate to say that because, people will change. But I was never that way. But there's a lot of people that was, had kids and still ran the streets and let their grandma on and everybody else take care of the baby. And they did mature and come back and take care of their responsibilities. But I just really think she's going to be like her daddy. She just lay around, smoke weed all during the day. Can't hold down a job. Even if, she didn't have a job, it ain't too late to go back to school and get an education, because you can work at the grocery store forever. But, I mean, if you want to better yourself later on, you need to at least have that education as well. Like, you dropped out in ninth grade. You supposed to be in 11th grade right now. Like, it ain't too late to go back and get your education to better yourself for you and your daughter. And she just refused to go to school, but she laying around all day at home. You can still go. You can do all what you want to do. You can still go to school during the day, from 7 to 3. Your child at school and daycare all that time. Okay, you gotta give your grandma all the break that she needs because the baby's at school. So she can watch the baby. You can get out of school and still go to work if you wanted to work. Still go to work after school. Do your little part-time job after school. And I know you're gonna be tired when you get off because you don't want to school and want to work, but by the time you get off work, your baby probably already in the bed asleep. Because she'd have been up all day with your grandma. So you can just go take your shower and go to bed and do that, have a routine and do that all over again. You're getting your education, you're making money to take care of your child, and you're bettering yourself. But she don't want to do that. She want to run the streets, call everybody a friend, lay up, and she want to be grown. She don't want nobody to tell her what to do. But we all been that way once upon a time. I wanted that way when I got pregnant. Like, I still went to school. I didn't want to be grown, but I wanted to be with the man that I was pregnant by. I did want to be grown, but I wanted disrespecting my mama and dropped out of school, because I wanted to lay up. Like, I didn't do that. But when I moved from where my mama stayed at, and I moved with my boyfriend, I did drop out of school because once I was pregnant again with another baby. I could have kept going to school, but I was just always tired of sleeping from being pregnant and nauseous all the time. But I didn't give up on myself. I seen that I didn't want to be a routine pattern because my mama didn't get a diploma. She didn't graduate, so I was thinking like, God, I don't want to, I'm not talking about my mama, but I want to do better for myself because, I'm only 19 with 2 kids or 18 with 2 kids. I was 19. 19 with 2 kids. So I want to go back to school. I want to get my diploma. I want to graduate, and that's exactly what I did. I went back to school with 2 kids, taking the baby to school, the newborn baby to school. I did go back to school while I was pregnant. I went to school up until I had the baby. Had the baby, that's when I dropped out of school. Okay. She turned 2 months, I went back to school. I didn't graduate with my class. But yeah, I didn't walk with them or graduate because my grades, was I didn't have all my credits. But I went for the summer program, because I was grown. I couldn't go to school no more because I was already 20. I couldn't go to school no more in the class with the other kids. So, I'm a grown person. I'm grown. So school out, everybody out. It's summertime. I went and completed the summer program on the computer. Finished it. I had to go for a month. Finished it. Got my diploma. Graduated. You know what I'm saying? I didn't walk. I don't care about walking. I got what I needed. That's all that mattered to me. So I was happy about that, because I did what I had to do for me and my kids to better myself. I'm probably not doing nothing right now, but I got what I needed. So I know I always can go find a job. They can't say, oh, you got to have a GED or a diploma. I got what I need. If I need to go find a job and that's what I need, I got that would take me far. I got that. And still went to college too, and got my associate degree. So yeah, it's possible. Don't just give up on yourself because you had a baby. Like, your life is not over. You can still do what you want to do with a child or 2 or 3 kids. You can still make ends meet and do what you gotta do for your kids. You gonna do it. If you a real woman or man, you gonna do what you gotta do for your kids to better yourself. No matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, you gonna figure it out. But I just think she's just young right now. She's just 16. She just turned 16, so just young. Don't know what she want yet. And that's, part of not having both parents. It ain't both parents because you can make it with one parent. I ain't have both parents. I just had my mama, but she ain't got her mama or her daddy. And I don't talk about her mama because I don't even know her, but as far as from what her daddy told me and from what I seen when she was living with me, how she was doing her daughter and what had to do with her daughter, she sorry too. And she got like 6 or 7 kids and ain't got no place to live. So, and all her kids is young. So, she just ain't got a support system, but she really do. But she wanna just use that excuse saying she don't because that's her excuse to act out the way that she acting, saying, "Oh, well, I ain't got nobody here for me. I gotta do everything on my own. I can't depend on nobody." That's an excuse because you want to act a damn fool. We all did that shit. We all made up excuses why we act the way we acting when there ain't even a reason. You acting out because you want to act out and you want to be grown. Don't blame it on your mama or daddy because you already knew they were sorry from the get-go. Your dad always been sorry, but your mama was never in the picture. Your daddy neither, but you still got your grandma, you still got your auntie that worked hard every day, had you living with her, making sure you dressed up, looking pretty, going to school, have everything you needed, food on the table. She took real good care of her. She stayed with her auntie for like 2 years. So you can't say you didn't have nobody that cared about you. You stay here, I cared about you. I made sure you got to school, even though you was vaping and not even going to class, but I made sure your ass went to school, stayed on top of you, didn't play no games with you. So I showed that I cared and I want you to do better with your life. Your grandma trying to help you. So don't say you ain't had no support system. You just choose to run the streets and just want to be grown. So, I don't never plan on. I know this video alone is 46 minutes, y'all. Probably a little longer than that. But I don't really plan. Well, ain't no plan. I'm not gonna do my kids like that. I'm not gonna give up on them because once you give up on them, that's all it takes for them to give up on themselves. Once they see that you're not giving up on them, don't let them take advantage of it because they will. They will. But you got to set boundaries with these kids. Like, let them know it's more in life than streets and men or women. Like, it's more in life than that. Like, you can't live for free in the world. Like, you gotta make a way to make it. Like, ain't nothing free. You gotta work hard for what you want. And if they end up, like, say, if Gabby end up pregnant at a young age like I did, yeah, I'm gonna be upset at her because I want better for her. But who am I to put her down and say, like I just said, I want better for her, that she still can't have better for herself because she got pregnant at a young age? Shit happens. I mean, we all been teenagers once. Shit happens. People get pregnant at a young age, younger. But I'm not gonna give up on her. I'm not gonna take care of her responsibility, but I'm gonna help her as a parent and a grandma because that's my job as a parent. That's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm gonna push her ass through school, even if she don't want to go. She gonna go because she's still in my house. I'm gonna make sure that baby in daycare, or I gotta watch that baby. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But when she get out, either she gonna be, working a part-time job, or she gonna come home take her responsibility as a being a mama. But I'm gonna make sure she got a roof over her head. She get an education. Her needs is met. That baby got everything it needs. I'm gonna support her the whole way until she get out of school. And even when she grown, I'm still gonna support her. I'm not gonna give up on my kids. That's out the picture because, you know, that's all it takes, And then they feel like their life is ruined or their life had one down here because you done gave up on them when they need you the most. They crying out for help. They not asking for help. They crying out for help, but you just can't see it because they don't want to show it. But that child or that person need help. And that's what's wrong with her. She need help, but she don't want to admit it. She want to be grown right now and try, just live life like she think it's supposed to be. But she crying out for help. You could tell. She acting out. So you could tell she crying out for help. She knows she need help, but she don't want to do it right. She don't want to change her ways right now. And that's what I told her grandma, like, we all been teenagers. Yeah, her grandma older. She's like, what, 60 something, about to be 70, I guess. They ways back in the day was different from this generation or my generation and her grandchild generation. Like, it's different. It ain't back when in the 70s or whenever she was born or something. It ain't back like that. When you got the whole family and everybody that don't give up on a child and work with their child, like, and then, just everything that's changed from back in the day. Like, it ain't like that no more. So you can't raise her off of how it used to be. You got to keep up with, you got to be hip with what's going on in this world now with these generations. Like, you got to understand what's going on and how they think too. And then also use that old school mentality that you had to add on with the new generation now. Because don't never let that old school go. Because you always gonna need that old school. You gonna have to bring that with the new school. Like, I don't know. I don't never see myself ever giving up on my kids. I just can't do it. Because I know how that feels like not to have no one. And I feel like they're now like not having no one and try to figure it out. So I don't ever want my kids to feel like, they don't have me. If they ain't got their daddy, they always gonna have me. Even if I don't got it, I'm gonna figure it out for them. We gonna figure it out together. We all gonna struggle together. We all gonna make it together. But when I had them talks with my kids, kids don't want to listen to stuff like that. They don't want to hear stuff like that. They be like, "Mom, what are you talking about?" They don't understand it now, but they would realize it when they get, older. Yeah, they would realize when they get older. Like, this is what my mom was talking about. This is what she meant by that. So that's why I try to embed it in their head now while they're young. Even if I got to repeat it every week, every month, I'm going to get that in their head. I'm not telling you to go out and have sex and get pregnant. I'm not encouraging you to go do that. I'm not supporting it. I'm not telling you to go lay around and I'm going to help you because you got pregnant. That's like me telling you to go do it. Now, my mama, she said I can go do it, and if I get pregnant, she going to help. No, I'm not telling you to go do it. But you can still gonna have responsibilities and everything. I'm gonna let you know your childhood is over. Now all you gonna do is take care of the child and get your education, work, or you a parent now. Just like I'm your parent, you a parent now. So hanging out with your friends and all that, no, that's out the question. You ain't got time to hang out no more. Hang out with your child. That's what you gonna do. And I got a teenager, 2 teenagers now. No, yeah, is Leah 13? I think she's 13. I don't know. I got so many kids, I don't know. But I think she's 13. But yeah, I got these teenagers now. It's just not going to be easy. And she ain't 13. She's 12. Because Gabby just turned 14. Yeah, so she's 12. But I would say she's a teenager, so yeah. And I got a whole nother girl I got to raise up. And I got to start over with my son, so. I'm in this for the long run. I ain't got no choice. Forever. Till I pass away. But just like I want better for them, I gotta make better for myself for it to be better for them. So I don't know. Y'all been venting with y'all, just talking about this. Like, don't give up on y'all kids, man. Even if they just worse and out of control. Even if you have to, that make them feel like you ruin their life. Like if you feel like they want to run the streets and you feel like the streets is gonna take them out and they gonna that's how they gonna end up in the streets and die in the streets, you can still be grown and be a parent and still love them, show them love. Send them to a girls or boys home. They ain't gonna want to be there. Send them to a boot camp thing, cause they want to run the streets and be in gangs and stuff. Shoot, put them up in there. They gonna get their life together. I know they don't want to be there. Anything can happen there. Abuse and all this stuff can happen there. We don't want that to happen. But I'd rather for them to be there than be on the street and get killed in the street or anything in the street. I'd rather for them to be up in there trying to get their life together, get on the right track. So they want to be grown and be tough. You can be grown and tough up in there and get your life together and put you on the right track, and you come out with some common sense. If you feel like you can't control your kids, that's the only outcome you can go. And I never really. I used to hear my mama threaten my brother, my oldest brother, all the time about that. My brother didn't run the street. He wasn't no bad boy neither, but he always get in trouble in school and stuff like that. So my mama, I don't think she would ever son him. I know she wouldn't, but it was a threat. She scared him straight. He stopped getting in trouble in school. She scared him straight, telling him that's where he gonna go if he doesn't get his shit together. So I mean, even if you don't plan on sending your kids there, you can scare them straight. Tell them that all the time. Take them there. Even if our school even took the boys there, even the girls too, we went to a girls' home, and they showed us how to be if we keep getting in trouble. This was the troublemaker because I was in that class too. I wasn't a troublemaker, but I was like a class clown, and I wasn't really a class clown. I wasn't a bully. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I don't know what it was with me. Because I wasn't on class clown. Cause my mama didn't play that. She whoop our ass. She come out there and whoop our ass in front of everybody. So I wasn't on class clown. I wasn't no bully. I was just, I don't know what I was. Because I really didn't do nothing. I just stayed to myself. But, when they look at you like they think you got problems and you got problems at home because you don't talk and all this. So they put you some type of counseling, and the counseling go further and try to say something wrong with you. I was in them type of classes. Like, I don't know. I can't explain. I don't even know what it was called back then, but I was in that type of stuff. So they take you with the bad kids, basically. Even though you want bad, you with the bad kids. They feel like something wrong with you, mentally challenged or something. I don't know. So you with the bad kids, and the bad kids acting up and stuff. So they take you on a little field trip to the little girls or boys' home to show you what it's like when if you don't get your shit together. You just keep skipping school. Getting in trouble, disrespecting your parents and all that type of stuff. That's what you're gonna end up in. Yeah. So, take them kids, take them to a penitentiary if you have to. I mean, they do them type of field trips too. And them inmates, I don't work at the prison long enough, and I see schools coming there bringing kids up in there, showing them what it's like up in there, and them inmates be scaring the sting out of them kids. Some of them still end up in prison because they just feel like, man, I ain't scared of that. I don't care about that. They'll be the main ones that end back up in there with them same inmates that were trying to scare them. But you got some they go in there and see what it's like, how they live, how they eat, how they have to shower in front of one another, sleep with and poop and pee in front of each other, abuse and all that stuff. They see that type of stuff. Oh, they're gonna scare them because they don't want to endure no stuff like that. So you gotta do what you gotta do to keep these kids together, no matter what it is. And yeah, this is kind of like my event for the day. I know I'm young and there's people older than me, but you're never too old to learn from somebody else. I could be teaching. I'm only 32, but I could be teaching somebody that's in their 50s or 60s or 40s about how to be how to better take care of their kids that's acting out. Like, I'm not saying I know everything, but I mean, I know some things. And it probably ain't even enough. But I can learn something from somebody else about, on their channel, what they're talking about when it comes to kids. Like, we supposed to be a village and stick together and make sure these kids is raised the right way to grow up and be something in life. So I'm not saying like, I know everything, because it's people out there, like I said, older than me, wiser than me, know more than me, and they had kids and raised kids that's successful, or they end up in prison, or they got killed in the streets because they act out and they want to get their life together. Like, everybody got a story to tell. I'm just saying, like, what I'm going through and what I've been dealing with or had to deal with, or what I don't plan to deal with. Because it still might happen, even though I'm telling you this now. My kids might be the ones that act out. But I'm going to straighten it up. But I'm going to do my best to straighten it up and get it under control. But, you know, I know I done talk almost an hour just about, this type of stuff. But this is what the world come to. Like, you watch the news and you see all the stuff that the president doing. And, man, we got to take care of each other. It ain't gonna be easy, but we gotta stick together. We really do. And this ain't just all black people. I don't care about no race. Every race needs to stick together. Like we all family, some type of way. And then my daughter, one of my kids made a statement. My oldest daughter, we were just discussing something, and she would ask me about her background. Like, is her dad? Do her daddy got like white people in the family? I said, really, it don't matter even if he do or he don't, because you gotta think about it. We got black back in the days before we was even born, and our mothers and their mothers was born. We had slaves back then, black slaves and white slaves and stuff like that. And the white men was having sex with the black women. The black men couldn't mess with white women back then, but the white men was sleeping with the black slaves and stuff. So. Or they would not even, they weren't not always forcing them, but they just had things going on with them. So you don't know who you some kin to. I feel like everybody in the world some kin, because we don't know nothing about our ancestors back in the day or how far it go. So I just really look at like everybody in the world some kin to each other some type of way, because you don't know who slept with who, what baby came from where, and we just don't know. So when people ask me like, if we some kin, I'm like, man, yeah, everybody in the world some kin. So yeah, we some kin as far as I know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We all brothers and sisters at the end of the day, because we don't know how far this stuff go back, and our ancestors and stuff we just don't know. So just all races is mixed together. So that's how I look at it. But that's what me and my oldest daughter talking about. We just be having talks about some of everything. We like to learn different stuff and look up and Google and search things. Like, that's how I know. Like, my daughter, just like me, she quiet, stick to herself, but she thinks she's slow or not smart enough. That's how I felt about myself. I thought I was slow or not smart and don't catch on. Like, yeah, maybe I don't, but I teach myself what I want to learn or what I think I want to know. And that's how my daughter is. Like, she don't catch on quick at school. I'm not talking about her. She'll tell you that to herself. She hates school, but she loves science. She'll tell you that. I was good in science as well. She loved history because she liked to know about back in the day. Just like I do. I love history. Now, did I pass it in school? No, I didn't pass because I hated it then. It was boring. But now, it enticed me now since I'm grown, because I like to know about back in the day, how the world was and how it could be now, and what it possibly could change to be, or how the future might turn out later on. All these different type of inventions and new stuff that come up daily. Like, that stuff incite me. Like, it entices me to learn more and more about the time my daughter is. So, I mean, like they said, the mind's a terrible thing to waste, and I try to use my mind for everything. Like, I just want to always learn something, know something. If I don't know it, I'm gonna figure it out. And I hate when I get older, and then I'm already forgetting things now. That's why I'm always looking up stuff to keep refresh my memory. But that's even better, because it's like starting over fresh for me. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video because it's an hour, and I should just let it get to an hour. Let me go and upload this because it ain't gonna want to upload because it's gonna be too long.